If you believe that Latinos are not racist, I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. Seeing a Latino who's not racist is like seeing a guy in a wheelchair getting up and start walking. It's like seeing a fish flying in the sky and a pigeon swimming in the sea. The shit don't exist, guy. They don't want anything to do with black people. They look down on you. They was told that by their family and friends not to associate with you.
You know what I find ironic? How some black women will tell women of other races that they cannot wear protective styles like box braids or faux locks because it's going to damage their hair. And the irony of it all is that all of these styles are damaging black women's hair. Yeah, that's why a lot of you bitches don't have edges. And don't get me wrong, I am not claiming that all black women wear wigs, weaves, box braids, and faux locks. But I'm talking to the bitches that never have their natural hair out and are missing all of their motherfucking edges. And it's like you didn't care to see the correlation when you started getting traction alopecia. Now you bitches are gluing your edges on and using minoxidil. I think that's how you say it. And that shit literally has you guys looking like werewolves. It's like the lights are on, but nobody is at home. So before coming on this app and telling a white person or a Hispanic person that they shouldn't wear this hairstyle because it's gonna damage their hair, just know it's damaging your motherfucking hair too.
Oye, mi gente latina, let's have a chat real quick. How come is it that many of you have the nerve to bash white Americans for being racist, but then again, you guys turn around and do the exact same thing to the people in your very own community, los Afro-Latinos? Explíquense, explain yourselves. And then, besides discriminating against us, you also have the nerve to enjoy the very music we make and try to disregard us. Reggaeton, bachata, salsa, merengue, palo, bomba, you name it, we made it. Festejo. I'm trying to name more off the top of my head, but there's just so many. The majority of Latin American music comes from the African influence on the islands or countries. Afro-Latinos, baby.
So to my fellow Puerto Ricans, Dominicans out there, I don't know which one of y'all need to hear this, but y'all black too.
Please stop calling Hispanics and Latinos Spanish. We're not Spanish. We speak Spanish, but we are not Spanish because we are not from Spain. That's like calling an American British just because y'all speak English. Are y'all fucking British? No. Latino refers to someone who is from Latin America. Hispanic refers to a Spanish-speaking person. And the word Spanish refers to A, the language, or B, you are from Spain. It's 2021. I should not have to keep explaining this shit to y'all. Boletos de mierda.
Latinos will never unite with black people. It's impossible. I told you the reason why. It's because Hector does not want black men sleeping with Maria, okay? That's the reason why. He knows that comes with it. Because of the fear of Maria sleeping with black guys. Hector don't want that. He's afraid of that.
Blaming my mother for getting involved with my father, who is black, and then saying not blaming me is still blaming me because I'm a byproduct of that. And this is the type of covert racism that I've had to encounter my entire life, particularly from my own people, particularly from Latinos. It's hard for many of y'all to comprehend that black people in Latin America exist. You pretend they're not there, or you live this colorblind philosophy that everybody is one, when we know that is not true. You see, when my mom started dating my dad, my mom has a very colorblind, loving persona about herself. She's very peaceful and very kind. She didn't see color. So when she gave birth to me and I started growing up and I started becoming more into the two worlds, she couldn't comprehend that I'm a black man in America and I'm going to be perceived a certain way by the white supremacist structure and the institutions and the society that runs this country. And when you combine that, like I said in my past video, with unchecked neo-colonial racism that comes from Latin America and makes its way to the United States, it becomes the incubator for ignorance. And so therefore, my perspective as in the 1990s, growing up in Northern Virginia, being the only black American / Salvadoran that I knew, life was very difficult because I had a lot of Salvi friends growing up, but I always felt excluded in a way, not only because of the language barrier, but because of the way I looked. It was never told to me. It was implied in small gestures. And so to blame my mother for being off limits, who made you the ruler of this? Who made you the specific person? Like, I would like to know. Like, where in the rule book did that happen, Enrique? I would like to know. But like I said, these type of comments is what I always encountered growing up. And they acted like they were trying to be friendly, but in fact, they were hella racist. And I call you out on that crap as a grown-ass man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't realized how racist Hispanics was until I got on TikTok and I started seeing their point of view of how they really think about us, for real. That's why black people gotta stop inviting people to the barbecue when they see another race of people doing things that relate to your culture, because they'll say some derogatory statements and things that will degrade your race. It's cool to be like black and brown stick together and stuff like that, but they'll get on TikTok and be like, no, we're nothing alike. We don't want your man procreating with our woman. None of that DNA. Y'all lazy. Y'all monkeys, all of that. You would assume that these people relate to the struggle because we come from the same oppressor, but obviously not. Yes, it's Mexicans that grew up in the hood that's cool, but I think it's the Mexican Americans that live in the suburbs that's kind of whitewashed that think that way about black people. A Mexican lady had a store in the hood, and when we walk in, she would just stare at us, ask us what we want, and just give us mean vibes, bro.
So this video is directed to Hispanic and Latinos. You could thank your own people for what is happening to you if you are undocumented. There was a lot of Hispanic and Latino men that voted for Trump. There were some women as well, but majority in your group, Latino, Hispanic, they voted for Trump because they did not feel comfortable of a woman controlling the United States, running the United States. Black women, majority of black women voted for Kamala Harris. There were some black men as well. But this has nothing to do with us at all. He is getting rid of everybody, black, brown, white, the whole color of the rainbow. He's getting rid of, if you are undocumented, he's getting rid of everybody. So don't blame us. And some of you guys are on here crying and getting upset with black women for not banding together and protecting the undocumented children and this and that. What can we do? What can we do? If the tables were turned, would you do the same for us? Would you? A lot of you guys denounce your black side, especially if you're Afro-Latino. You don't want to say that you're Afro-Latino. You want to claim that you're white. So, I mean, come on, give us a break. We're tired.
Hey, how come you didn't stop?
I don't want it.
You didn't want to stop?
No.
Okay.
So what?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, what?
You ever been arrested before?
Yes.